Hello students, good evening. Today in the botany section we are going to study about the plant tissues. You all know that our body, animal body and plant body are made up of cells. When these cells group together they form a tissue, and when tissues group together they perform a specified function in the form of organs. When we talk about plant, there are two types of tissues, the meristematic tissue and the permanent tissue. As you can see on the screen, meristematic tissues are divided into three sections: apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem. These are the three classifications of meristematic tissues. In the further video we will be seeing the description of all the classifications. In the permanent tissue there are two categorizations: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue is again of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma possesses fibers and sclerids, and complex permanent tissues have xylem and phloem. Xylems are consists of tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Phloem is consist of sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Moving forward, when we describe plant tissues, the first thing in the mind comes the meristematic tissues. And the meristematic tissues are really magical. These tissues keep on growing the plants for the full lifespan. Coming on to the first point, these tissues keep on growing all through the life of the plant. Here is where actual growth happens. When the growth is over, this meristematic tissues automatically degenerate. The meaning is that meristematics are the tissues which keep on growing. The actual growth you see of a plant is because of meristematic tissues. When the growth part is over, these tissues degenerate. These tissues change into permanent tissues. Means after the growth part is over, these tissues stop dividing and they become permanent tissues. For this process of changing into permanent tissues, the meristematic tissues stop division. We all know if something grows, the cell is dividing. When the cell division stops, it changes into permanent tissues. Moving forward, if you see these diagrams, these are absolutely identical diagrams. Here, what is that? A plant is there. This is the plant stem. These are the leaves. Now, three types of tissues which we find are apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. As in the diagram, we can clearly see that apical meristem is on the top, intercalary is in the between and lateral is on the circumferential area. Now let us move to the description. Moving to the further division of meristematic tissues, apical tissues are present on the tips. What do you mean by this? That on the root tip, on the shoot tip, the apical tissues are present. Means growth of roots and shoots occur because of the apical meristematic tissues. What does this means is, when you see a shoot of a plant growing upwards towards the sky, this regular growth is because of the apical tissues. And if we see the roots going inside the ground deeper and deeper, that growth of the root is also because of the apical meristematic tissue present on the root tip. After that comes the intercalary tissues, as we have seen on the diagram. If you want to see it, you can move the video backwards and see that intercalary tissues are present on the nodal areas. Now what is the nodal area? Where are the nodes present? What is the node? When from a stem, when the leaf grows, that point where the leaf is growing, that point is called a node, and tissues present in this area are called the nodal tissues. Okay, these tissues are called intercalary tissues. Now after that come lateral tissues. The tissues which are present on the side are called the lateral tissues. What do you mean by the side? That on the stem, we see the stem, it is broader, है ना, it is broader in breadth What does that mean? Why is it broader? It is broader because of the lateral tissues. The lateral tissues are present. These lateral tissues are responsible for the circumferential growth of the plant stem. Fine. Now comes the permanent tissues. This definition is very important. This is the definition of differentiation. It is being asked in the exams and in the practical exams also. When meristematic tissues are done with the growth function, means when the growth work is over, they stop further division. Fine, they do not grow, they do not divide further, but what did they do? They start specialized functioning and change into permanent tissues. This whole process is known as differentiation. So whenever you will be asked the definition of differentiation or what is differentiation, so you will be giving this definition. After that, specialized function, we are talking about the specialized function over here. What is it? It is conduction of water and storage of food. This is the specialized function that the permanent tissues do. Moving forward, if you see further division of permanent tissues, we have already seen in the classification that they are in two sections: simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Simple tissues are homogeneous kind and perform the same kind of functions. Means simple tissues, they are named so because they all are of same kind, shape, size, color, all are the same, but the same, function is also same. That is why they are simple homogeneous, simple permanent tissue. Then comes permanent tissues. They are heterogeneous, means one tissue is differ from another in shape and size, but the functioning is same. So the name is simple and permanent because of its heterogeneous and homogeneous kind. Now moving forward further, permanent tissues are of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Permanent, simple permanent tissues: parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Moving forward, if you see the diagram of all the three type of simple permanent tissues, you will see that these are the parenchymatous tissues and they have spaces in between of the cells. That means intercellular spaces present. In the collenchyma, there is no intercellular space. In the sclerenchyma, absolutely no space. Then moving forward to the description, parenchyma, it is present everywhere in the whole plant body. Parenchymatous cells are present, intercellular space is present, the cell wall present on the parenchyma is very thin. Fine. If you want to see the diagrams again, you can move the video backward and see. And coming on to the collenchyma, these cells do not have intercellular spaces. There is no intercellular spaces, but cell walls are thickened on the corners because of the deposition. What is deposition? If some substance got deposited on the cell wall corners, that is deposition, and it is making thickened corners. Fine. You can see the diagrams moving backwards. These cells are a bit stronger than parenchymatous cells. Now finally, sclerenchyma, cell walls are thick. Cell walls are thick. Cell walls do not allow substances to go out of the cell or come into the cell. Because cell walls are so thick, so what happens that no substance is allowed by the cell walls to come inside the cell or go out of the cell. These are dead tissues. Sclerenchyma are dead tissues. Now this is the diagram of complex permanent tissues, that is xylem and phloem vessels. Xylem vessels, you can see in the names that tracheids are there, through that water and mineral could pass through, and it is only one way. And the phloem is, there are companion cell, food storage cell, two-way water and food transition, and cell walls are perforated. Means phloem is two-way and xylem is one-way. Perforated means that the cell plates have the thin tiny perforations or pores. This is what if you see one plant, if you cut a piece of it, you can see the xylem and like this. Fine. And the description is complex permanent tissues. These are conducting tissues. They carry food and water to the every part of the plant, as you have already seen. So fine students, this is the plant tissue description, and you have any doubt or problem, you can ask me. Thank you.